What's going on, y'all? It's the Kid J Nolan here. Hey man, before we get into anything in this video, make sure that you like and share it. Make sure you subscribe to the channel so you get all updates. Hit the post notification bell. All right, y'all, let's get into it.
If you're in Atlanta and you're a party girl, or you like to club, or you like to hookah, listen to this story because this could change your life. So a couple of weeks ago, a few of my friends hit me up and wanted to go club hopping, but unfortunately I couldn't go because I had just started a new job. They went without me. They had a great time. They partied, ate, drank, hookah, yada yada yada. You know the drill. By the way, if you're wondering why my face looks white, it's sunscreen. Anyways, a few days ago, my friend Ava gets an outbreak on her mouth, and she didn't really see it as a big deal. She didn't know what it was until the next day. She sends me a picture of how worse it got, and I told her that it looked like herpes. Even I was second guessing myself as to whether it would be herpes because we don't sleep around. We're all single. We're all celibate, waiting for the right person to come around, focused on school, just, minding our business. So me and a couple of the other girls tell her to go get checked out. Before her appointment to get checked out, another one of my friends that was with Ava that night, let's just call her Ava, has the same outbreak on her mouth area. She took a picture, posted it in the group chat, and another one of the girls that was there that night had like a large bump beside her lip, but it didn't grow out to be an outbreak yet. Like, I know what herpes looks like. So when I saw it, I like almost knew for a fact it was herpes, but it was the fact that none of them had ever talked about kissing anyone new. None of us smoke. You know what I mean? It was just really random for it to be herpes, especially for all of them. So the second girl who got the outbreak, let's just call her Melissa, her appointment comes before Ava's. And the doctor is mentioning a bunch of ways where she could have got it, kissing, blah blah blah. Push comes to shove, they end up figuring out that she could have possibly gotten this herpes on her lip from the hookah. So when she tells us that that's what the doctor said, we're like, what the fuck? Like, that's crazy. They end up telling me that they only did hookah at one club that they went to. I don't want to say the name because I don't want to get sued for defamation or anything like that. But I believe they were at a bar or a section in the club, and they were making friends with this girl who was there with her friend, and she ended up leaving and gave my friends her hookah so they didn't have to buy one. And even though they all had new and different hookah tips, they weren't sharing their hookah tips. It is very possible that they could have gotten herpes from sharing that hookah. And it makes sense when you think about it because a lot of saliva goes through the hookah pipe. Some people have braces, some people have cuts in their gums, so the blood mixes with the saliva, and the rest is history. I'm not a doctor, I'm not a nurse, I'm not a scientist, I'm not any of that. But so far, that is the only conclusion that we have as to how all four of them got herpes. Thankfully, I had to work that day, so I'm not a victim of this. But this has definitely changed my opinion on hookah, and I don't think I'll ever get a hookah again, even if it's just my own.
Man, oh man, it is rough out here right now, man. As y'all can see in the video that I just played for y'all, this young lady was saying how her group of friends recently went out to a club in Atlanta, or a hookah lounge, and they were basically sharing the hookah pipe from a group of young ladies that were leaving the spot. Basically handed it over to them. They got new tips and everything. They shared it amongst their friend group of about 4 ladies, and next thing you know, they start having some outbreaks on their mouths, some bumps, some mysterious joints, you know what I mean? And this friend who put the video up, she wasn't actually present. She had to work or something like that, so she wasn't able to be present. She said she immediately noticed that they were herpes, you know what I'm saying? So they started actually sharing photos of these outbreaks in their friend group, in their group chat, and they get checked out, and sure enough, the doctor lets them know that it is herpes. Okay, so number one thing, be very careful about who you're sharing the hookah with. I know hookah has been very popular for about 10 years, especially in the club scene, the lounge scene. Y'all don't want to get drunk, y'all don't want to get too lit, y'all want to just smoke on the hookah. Perhaps y'all should start second guessing that, making sure that this stuff is clean. I don't smoke nothing, you know what I mean? So I don't want to be judgmental. I don't want to be one of those people that like comes down really hard, condemning people for habits that I don't have. All I'm going to say is just be careful about what you're doing out in the clubs, out in these environments. Be very safe. Don't let nobody pressure you into feeling like you're a motherfucking stick in the mud, like you're messing up the fun. Be cautious about your personal health, because there's some things out there in this world that once you come in contact with it, there's no turning back, right? Now, In the comments of some of these videos that I've seen, or some of these content pages that are actually sharing this, I've seen a lot of people alleging that you can't actually get this virus from smoking a hookah tip. You know, some people say that you can't get it from saliva. They say it has to be actual skin to skin contact. And I want to just go over this article on 11 Alive News that talks about the situation and let you know what the actual professionals have to say about this. All right. Number one, they say, yes, it's very possible that this can happen. Okay. Now, they say what we found. First, it seems intuitively fairly obvious. A hookah pipe, if not well disinfected, involves a lot of mouth contact and therefore the potential sharing of fluids. As the woman in the video put it, a lot of saliva goes through the pipe. Beyond that, the scientific literature on hookahs contains several warnings about how herpes and in some cases other even more concerning infections can spread through hookah usage. A paper published in 2019 in the journal Annals of the American Thoracic Society states other manifestations of hookah use include the risk of transmission of infectious disease by sharing of the mouthpiece from user to user. Transmission of illnesses such as influenza and oral herpes has been reported. So it's not just that. You can also get, of course, the flu. I would assume you could also get COVID, being that that's been prevalent for some time, and other things of that nature. There's also a paper from even further back. Sharing a water pipe has been associated with the transmission of tuberculosis. Other pathogens that could potentially be transmitted include hepatitis C, herpes simplex, Epstein-Barr virus, respiratory viruses, and HIV. There's also a report from Dr. Tracy E. Barnett with the University of North Texas School of Public Health. That is a long title. One-time use can lead to carbon monoxide poisoning or other diseases, including but not limited to tuberculosis, herpes, respiratory illnesses, including the flu, and long-term use can lead to heart disease and many cancers. So there is a lot of risk associated with smoking hookah, particularly sharing hookah among friends. Now, I do want to go ahead and put a disclaimer out there. It seems that all of these viruses can also be transmitted from sharing of anything, okay, with multiple people. Now, me personally, I don't share my drinks with nobody. I don't smoke cigarettes, so I'm not passing a cigarette back and forth between myself and nobody, but some people do that. I don't smoke no weed. Some people keep the weed in rotation. Y'all like to roll up the blunt, put your saliva all up on it, do all that cool shit that y'all be doing. Smoke it, pass it to the next nigga, pass it to the next nigga. Y'all have a room of about 10 people in a cipher. Again, I'm not judging y'all. I'm just saying be careful. Y'all might need to start taking some motherfucking, y'all might want to start taking a pH test on a nigga tongue before you start sharing this shit, man. I don't know what the fuck y'all need to do, but clearly y'all need to stop sharing this shit. Get your own. Take your own money to the spot. Hey, if you can't afford to get your own, you might need to keep your ass at home. You don't want to go home with this shit on you. I'm going to tell you that much. As it pertains to the likelihood of the spread, right? They say that probably depends. There's not as much, if any, scientific research into the frequency that herpes might wind up in an unintended byproduct of hookah use. A lot probably comes down to proper sanitation practices, right? And as y'all know, the lady said they got it from the previous group, so it was not passed back to the workers at this place. Nobody took it back. They didn't disinfect it. They didn't clean it out. It went from one person to the next. They put new tips on it, and they had themselves a good time. The good times definitely ended within a very short period, so make sure that y'all are hyper cautious when you go out. Obviously, lots and lots and lots of people use hookah pipes all the time and don't wind up contracting herpes, but is it possible? We can verify the answer is yes. Again, hookah has become very popular over the course of the last 10 years. Young Thug did that song, Pass Me the Hookah, and he basically passed the whole world the motherfucking hookah pipe once that thing went popping. No judgment here. Have yourself a good time. Smoke all the water tobacco that you like, but you just need to know the health risks that come with it before you do anything. I think that's something we all should double down on. That's something we all need to kind of put inside our minds. And that's for anything that we're doing. It doesn't necessarily have to be hookah. It could be anything, especially as it pertains to engaging with other people, having people in close proximity to you. Hell, shaking hands. We saw with COVID, how detrimental things can be with just coming into contact with other people, not knowing their cleanliness, their hygiene patterns, and all of that type of stuff. So I'm not a health professional. I'm just reporting on what's going on in the culture. And apparently this is what's going down right now. I live in Atlanta. These young ladies contracted this in Atlanta. So again, for my brethren, my people, especially the ones that are in my city, be vigilant, be safe. And like I said again, don't be afraid to do the shit on your own or turn it down. You ain't lame. Let me know what y'all think of this down below in the comments, man. Be sure to like and share this video. If this is your first time seeing me on YouTube, go ahead and hit the subscribe button, hit the post notification bell for all updates, and I will see y'all on the next one, all right? Much love and respect, y'all. Peace. Beautiful people, thank you for tuning in. I hope that you enjoyed the content. Make sure that you're liking and sharing these videos. Make sure that you're subscribed to the channel. Hit the post notification bell so you get all updates. For all of my artists, my artist managers, songwriters, producers, etc. If you need a little bit of extra help with your career, man, make sure that you visit pengameelite.com, okay? That's my website and my community for all upcoming rising music creators. I got 2 books on there, the Pen Game Portfolio Volume 1 and 2. They're going to give you a lot of insights into the music industry, how to monetize your career, how I make my money off of music, because I am a full-time artist outside of doing YouTube videos. If you need some direct help, you can also book a consultation with me on the Pen Game Elite website. And I also have a Pen Game Elite membership. The free tier gives you access to all of these videos that I post on YouTube and a community of people where you can engage. But I do have the membership plus, okay? You can join that for $50 a month or $500 a year, and I will actually go in and do all of the grunt work for you. If you're not registering your songs on your PROs, if you're not with Song Trust or the MLC, if all your collection agencies and all of that stuff are not up to par or up to date, I will go in there and update all of that for you. If you need help uploading your music to a distributor like DistroKid, United Masters, etc., and you've been making mistakes, you've been claiming content ID on material that you really don't own, hey man, stop stealing people's money. If you do this stuff the right way, you're gonna make it anyway, okay? You can join the membership plus, and again, I will do the work for you, and you're gonna get a free consultation every month just for joining. You're also gonna get the 2 books for free soon as you join the membership plus, all right? Much love and respect. I'll catch y'all later. Peace.